What's going on, folks? It's Jesse back with Tuss Talk, and you already know it's the time where I give y'all some predictions. The list comes from the same place it did last time, SEC Regated. Yes, sir. Go check them out on Facebook. Hop up in the group. From the thousands watching here today to the millions watching at home, we got our first game, and it's Auburn versus Florida. This is the game I'm actually going live on this weekend. Auburn is a 3.5 point favorite. Go check us out on YouTube. But we got to go with Auburn to cover. I think they got it in them, and I think they can do it this weekend. You better show up to watch this one. It's going to be entertaining. And in other news, we got Georgia versus Tennessee. Georgia's a 24.5 point favorite. And guess what? Georgia's going to burn down Tennessee's TP. And then it's going to be a party on top of that burnt down TP. Georgia got them every time. And another dimly lit battle, we got Troy versus Missouri. Missouri is a 25.5 point favorite in this game. And guess what? Missouri usually doesn't have a lot of hope, but Troy has been garbage this season, so we go in with Missouri. They're going to cover that 20.5 points. I know it's a stretch, but I'm giving it to them. Yep. We got Vandy versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 7.5 point favorite in this game. And you know what? You really just got to give it to them because the athletic scholarships actually work there, and you know Vandy only sending out them academic scholarships, so you got what you got. We're giving it to Ole Miss. All right, we got Iowa versus Michigan. Michigan's a 3.5 point favorite. I don't know what I was thinking. I picked on my list Michigan, and they're just bad, real bad this year. There's not a lot of hope for them. They had that crazy stuff happening down there, so whatever, we'll give it to them. Then we got Oklahoma, a 32.5 point favorite over Kansas. And you know what? I picked them. I don't think Les Miles can do it. But the only way he could do it is if he ate the whole dang field. You know what I'm talking about, him and his grass-eating habit. Then we have Purdue versus Penn State. Penn State's a 27.5 point favorite, and I picked Penn State. Penn State's been laying people out all season long, and I'm giving them this one too. The Boilermakers ain't got nothing to boil. Oklahoma State, a 10.5 point favorite over Texas Tech. And you know what? We went with Oklahoma State because I don't think Texas Tech is going to be raiding nothing. Then we got Baylor versus Kansas State. 2.5 point favorite. Kansas State is going to get beat. I picked Baylor. Boom. We got Northwestern versus Nebraska. Nebraska's a 7.5 point favorite. And you know we going with the Cornhuskers. They going to give it to them. Northwestern just wasn't ready. Then we got Michigan State versus Ohio State. Ohio State, a 19.5 point favorite, is the team we're picking. We're not happy about it. We don't like the Buckeyes, but let's be realistic. Michigan State just don't got it this year. Then we got Pitt versus Duke, and you know what that means. Duke's a 4.5 point favorite, and you know why? Because Pittsburgh needs some milk. He needs some milk. Go give him some milk. Last and least, we got Washington, 15.5 point favorite over Stanford. And you got to go with Washington because Stanford looks like a bunch of twigs this year instead of their glorious tree. I'm telling you, a windstorm could knock over these little suckers.